Our next keynote speaker is a powerful symbol of resilience, transformation, and inspiration. In 2019, she made history as the only Sri Lankan woman named to the BBC's prestigious 100 Women list, joining global icons like Malala Yousafzai and the Chalisa Clinton as well. She is a former banker at HSBC and lost her eyesight in a tragic bomb blast in year 2000. Refusing to let adversity define her, she reinvented herself as Sri Lanka's first visually impaired fashion designer, launching her own label, Christina Glory. Her designs have graced local runaways and her story has inspired thousands. So ladies and gentlemen, today she's not only a designer but also a motivational speaker and advocate for her inclusivity, empowering women, youth and individuals with disabilities across Sri Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, with honor and with due respect, please put your hands together to none other than a true change maker and a voice of courage to address the BNI National Conference 2025. And it's our honor in inviting none other than Ms. Asharya Piris to address the gathering, everybody. Let's give a warm round of applause. And she does carry a true meaning for her name as well, everybody. Now, in singular, Asharya means, yes, Aruma Pudumadaya, something extraordinary and a miracle to be happen. And I believe in Hindi, Asharya means something extraordinary. And ladies and gentlemen, to address this extraordinary gathering, we do have an extraordinary game changer and a voice of courage. With another warm round of applause, BNI Sri Lanka, please welcome none other than our very own keynote speaker of this evening, is Asharya Piris. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, let me have that. Okay, I have two here. Yes, that's great. Okay. All done. Thank you. Sure. One step back, like this. I'm little acquainted. So, ladies and gentlemen, how have you been? Can they hear me? No, they can now. How have you been? Wow. Can I hear that again? Round of applause for that. Woo! Well, you have a bit of a different kind of a speaker today. You would have witnessed myself walking very slowly, holding Arundhati's hand. Also, it was mentioned before that I'm a visually impaired. If anybody hears to think that worries me or burdens me or hassles me, troubles me, or put tears to my eyes, with a big smile, not at all. Why? Because you are looking at somebody who had made troubles, problems, worries, affirmation of afflictions to be a key for success. Now, I must really say, it certainly is a pleasure and honor to be here today amongst you. A group of dynamic individuals, business leaders, entrepreneurs, and all honored guests. I must sincerely extend my appreciation to Arundhati and her entire team for having me invited today for this wonderful forum. I feel even more exuberant to understand that I've been placed on top of a even more fabulous and extravagant topic. When I had a little chat with Arundhati some time back, I asked her whether there's a specific area or a topic that she and her team would like me to select to navigate through my speech today. And I was greatly blessed and honored when she replied, Asharya, you are a symbol of resilience. That is one of the features that runs and resonates throughout your life mightily. So, here we are. Topic's going to be resilience and how we bring ourselves to conquer where we rule in our lives, in our businesses. Now, having said that, I'm sure there must be a lot of skepticisms running through your mindset right now about me. Although time is a little barrier and a challenge for me to give in-depth analysis about my upbringing, and what really happened to me, and all the things I went through, and what I have done before, how I achieved things in my life. Thereby, with all respect, I urge you to get on my Facebook fan page and my YouTube that bears my name. That is ASHCHARYA Ashcharya. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because I believe there are a lot of ladies and gentlemen from India today, right? Ah, yes, there's a lovely lady in India who happens to have a 99.9% similar name like mine, Aishwarya Rai. Because most of the times when I say I'm Ashcharya, people always mix me up with the name. You know, sounds alike, but spellings are completely different. I remember when she visited Sri Lanka in 1994, or 95, I think. I was just a teenager. I was so astonished to see what a beauty she was created with. Right? I used to gaze at that beauty when she appeared in the leading newspapers from head to her toes. She was a beauty indeed. I thought, wow, what a beauty. And even later, I was more stunned to understand how talented she was when it comes to her careers as an actress and on the international ramp as a model, award-winning, that is. Even today, I haven't seen her for more than 20 years. I still hold so many regards for that amazing talents and gifted beauty. I haven't seen Aishwarya for a while. Does she look the same? Beautiful. I'm a fan of her. Go and tell her that. Well, landing back to Sri Lanka, you have Aishwarya here before you. Now, one might think, what is Aishwarya symbolic of? Where has she spread her wings mightily? What does she stand for? Who is she really? What am I doing in my day-to-day life? Well, pleasure is all mine to answer. By profession, I'm a corporate trainer, goes in and out of the country to minister and uphold so many lives who struggle with problems here and there. Many a times I've been awarded for my public speaking and social services here. And then in the records, I'm the only awarded visually impaired dress designer born in Sri Lanka and third to be born in the world. You know, when Arundhati told me there's a specific color, they are going to be in black and green. Green is not a color I usually wear, but I had to hunt for that. Well, that green and this green, olive greens and dark greens, the sea greens, banana greens, and all the greens. I thought, no. Green, a little bit of pink, that's going to be my favorite color. So I found it today for you. And here I am in green and pink. Not having my side doesn't mean anything to me today. Now, replying to that question back again, where has Aishwarya spread her wings strongly? Aishwarya stands for hope, for faith, for love, for integrity, for loyalty, fearless spirit, resilience, strong will, moral values, humanity above all. Now, choices and consequences plays a major role in our lives. These are the precious stones that I've selected, chosen to lay my foundation to build my life, my legacy on. It was just there. Nobody just enforced me to take those precious stones, embrace to my life. It was my choice. Because we have to admit, Whether we come from low, middle, or high in our social arenas and platforms, educational backgrounds, at some point or another, we have faced or we are already facing some kind of challenge in our personal lives, in our professional lives. If anybody here to say, no, we have never faced a challenge ever, hello, come here, my dear, I'll come and sit there. That is being actually a part of being a human. If we are supposed to check it that up, are you sure you're human? Are you? Oh, then comes along the troubles and little challenges, right? Personally, at home, I'm a very busy mother. Children that I have never seen with my side because I got married after losing my sight. Also, giving my best effort to be understanding and caring, dedicated wife. I have to be honest in that because my husband is here. And a very committed housekeeper. I keep all my titles outside the door when I entered my house. From sweeping the floor, cleaning the washrooms, ironing my clothes, even washing them. It is my responsibility and my duty to keep my household proper, cozy, and neat. Right? So, here we are. Resilience, what does it mean? I'm sure you are already been at achieving points in life. That is why you are here. Obviously, resilience is a part of your veins, your blood cells, your spiritual life, in your thoughts, in your words, in your deeds. I'm sure it is there. But my purpose is just to give you a new flavor, a new fragrance, a new color from my life experience, that you will remember me as a witness. Just to say, nothing's impossible for the one who believes. Resilience, there are many definitions. Oxford, Webster's, psychological associations. I do have a definition of my mind, though. Doesn't violate the previous definitions, but rather empower it even more. For me, resilience is a power, an ammunition that includes your physical, spiritual strengths, your wisdom, common sense, or the learning you gather from your life, education, your literacy on life. How much have you learned? Your strong will, the faith in yourself, and the love for yourself. Right? It brings out a formula to stand against or support you, assemble you, heal you speedily against any difficult moment, a worry, a fear, a heartbreak, a threat, a trauma, a tragedy, any significant kind of pressures, failures, defeats, any kind of affirmation of afflictions. Resilience is a bridge to take you there, to conquer, not just to conquer. Right? Resilience is to be learned, to be practiced, to be applied on everyday basis. Your problems, the little challenge you face, won't actually describe and define the outcome of your life. It really wouldn't, unless it's your choices. How you choose to think, choose to speak, choose to execute your decisions at the right time. It all matters, and resilience will carry you through. Not to be the same person before, but to be someone better and stronger, dynamic, to bring that extraordinary character out of you, make you glow like a star on everyday basis. You don't have to do much to be stars. I mean, people do so much of things to be stars today. I just nod my head with such amazement of how much they spend, what they do just to keep their name in that star level. But for me, formula is very simple. You learn to go through your challenges with an open heart and open mind. Believing and understanding it is not to crush you down, but just to make you stronger and wiser. Definitely going to put you through in that path of being a soldier in life. We all have our battlefields here and there. You are looking at someone. I praise God today because when I was hit by the bomb blast, I'm a war victim. I lost my sight more than 20 years back. Never born as a visually impaired. Today what I have is only a memory. And that memory was there for me when I had to face my competition as a designer. Right. This sari I wear, from the dark pink shading out and from the light green shading out, well, everything is chosen by me only. Why? Because when you start understanding there is something else inside your physical bodies rather than your muscles, there's a vision. There's a strong body. Need to be awakened for you to be conquerors in every field that you work on today. Many have been rewarded today. I was listening. Kishu, I hope you're here. I was listening to you as well. Well, I must give a round of applause to that as well. What a wonderful, amazing set of words you spoke. I remember when Kishu said 40% of Sri Lankan people cannot afford 3 meals per day. Am I right? 30%, 2 meals. I was wondering which category that I belonged to those days. God gave me a full package of blessings? No. Of luxury? Not at all. Joy and happiness? Not at all. Full package. Bitterness, anger, hurt, worries, fear, isolation, humiliations, insults. I was devastated when I lost my sight. If we ought to think it was the terrorists who wounded me, my eyes, I could walk for many, many months, pushed to a wheelchair. That was not the only difficult moment I faced. Fortunately, I say that again, fortunately, my biological family decided to let go of me. Why? Suddenly losing the job, closing my eyes, on the wheelchair, people around me never thought in their worst dream, even nightmares, that this girl will rise up to be one of the 100 inspiring women in the world one day. Because I always feel still believes that the first line of defense before any trouble or challenge or a hard time will always be your closest associate. That means can be your family members, your peers, your subordinates, your neighbors. But life taught me with a different lesson. Before any sort of challenge or difficult moment, the first line of defense will be yourself. It is you, not anybody else. As long as you know how to make your choices properly, make your decisions properly, lay your foundation with precious stones like mine, Flood waters will rise, storms will beat against your walls, tornadoes will arise, but nothing will harm that walls you built on such firm foundation, deep-rooted. Nothing can shake you up. You are looking at somebody who was at the weakest point in her life. It was just like a child being born again. For more than 20 years, you see everything, sparkling waters, beautiful clear sky, beautiful nature in Sri Lanka, and everyone else, suddenly everything is gone. I have to start my life from the scratch, having not much of food in my hand to eat, no job, no one to care or support, because people thought that I'm suicidal all the time. People thought, oh, this girl will suicide. She will just drink pills of poison or just throw herself before or a bus or a train, Choices, death and life was just there as strong pillars before me every day and night. In my loneliness, in the darkness, I chose life. I chose life. Here I am today before you with so many titles that Sri Lankan women anywhere else would not have. I was selected as one of the most significant, 10 powerful women in Sri Lanka in 2017. 2019, you heard about that, BBC. Then 2020, I was selected by Germany as one of the heroic 12 characters in South Asia. Look at myself, I'm still weak. You are just with your blazing eyes looking at me. Fortunately, I cannot see your beauty, right? But hello, do not undermine this lady before you. What I see is what you have today. I see potential in yourself for more achievements and triumphs and better heights than before. You're already there. That's why you are awarded. But hello, there is much to walk. And as you walk in the goal of achieving such triumphs and achievements, please keep in mind your responsibility and duties not only to yourself or to your closest family, to your friends. So many lives today, not in Sri Lanka, somewhere else in the world. Today we have peace here in Sri Lanka, but somewhere else in the world there is war. Such a person, resilience means all of saving that person's life to breathe. Without a life, what is resilience means? You have to live first to receive resilience and experience it. Today, I think I have got past all those troubles. I had many goals those days. Resilience supported me through. Multiple goals, 3 minutes. Multiple goals. One of the goals was to actually get rid of my grief. Get rid of it forever. The grief and the bitterness, the anger I had towards the people who abandoned me. To the streets. Anything would have happened to me. For me to be in one piece today, that was a miracle. That was a choice. Another goal was to be someone better than before. To come back to this world with a better legacy, in a more dynamic and a powerful legacy than before. And third is to gather a family. To be married, to have children. I think by today I have achieved all of that. But one goal left, that is for the future. I thank God for putting me through that pain and agony, trauma and defeat. Why? There are more than 425 orphanages in Sri Lanka. That means to say more than 21,000 children abandoned by their birth parents, biological parents. I have a pain for them. I have an undying cry and anger for them. Why? Because somebody has to do something for them. I was abandoned long time back to the street, not needed, not wanted, not accepted. Here I am. What about those children? So my goal in my future, before I go to heaven, that is to bring up a business line that I will recruit only orphan children, to support them, that they will get married and experience being husbands and wives, fathers and mothers. They will experience the real treasure of being and having a human life on earth, rather than pain and suffering every day. That is my goal for the future. And thank you so much. Well, being a corporate trainer, I am a lengthy speaker. That's why time is a little challenge for me, although I think I'll be able to somehow round it up. Pardon me, so many things to say. Next time, that is, if you decide to invite me back. Thank you and love you all. Hope, thank you, love you all. And hope, my prayer for you last time is that you will achieve and conquer. You will conquer in your lives better than today. And tomorrow, you will be in the better heights, shining like stars. Yes, together we'll do that. God bless you. Love you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an inspiration that we have received on this extraordinary night from a very, very special personality. And madam, if you couldn't see it, but you received a standing ovation from this energetic crowd. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for our very own Madam Asharya Piris. Thank you very much. And also compliments, yep, for your beautiful sari, for your beautiful colors. They are absolutely looking stunning. And not just your looks so beautiful, but also, yes, your powerful heart, your courageous soul, and also your inspiration have touched our hearts. So thank you very much once again for our very own Ms. Asharya Piris. Everybody, let's give a round of applause. Thank you very much. And yes, indeed, you have added the glamour and you have added the meaning about what it is all about, conquer for our gathering. So ladies and gentlemen, even though the crisis and the challenges arises, and she has given us the motivation, the courage to go above and beyond. So thank you very much for adding the glamour and value for this wonderful gathering. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to move along for our next segment award with Power of BNI. So